What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Masks, and today's video is going to be about displaying your masks. I get this question probably more than any other question, so I just wanted to make a video real quick to go over how I display my masks. I did make a video about this a couple years ago. It's probably been 5 or 6 years. It's been a long time. So that one never really gained traction the way that these videos will, so I just decided to do an updated version and show you guys how I display my masks and maybe give you guys some cheap and easy ideas to display your own. As you can see here, we have a table full of random goodies, the first one being the most obvious choice, which is a foam head. There's a giant misconception about displaying with foam heads. A lot of people don't want to display latex masks on foam heads because they believe that it dries them out. I have not seen any evidence of that ever. My buddy Rudy from the Crimson Ghost Mask Room did a video on my channel talking about foam heads, and while I'm not saying that he's wrong, I just have never personally had any issues with foam heads when it comes to latex masks. Vinyl masks, on the other hand, are a completely different story. They definitely dry the vinyl out and make it crunchy, and the styrofoam actually reacts to the mask as well. If you leave one on there, you'll notice that it literally melts the foam together. Like, it's the weirdest thing ever. It can create a completely new shape based on what exactly is touching the foam head. So I would not advise using a foam head for any type of vinyl masks. And typically I don't use them with latex because latex masks tend to be full head, but when it comes to something like a jester mask or a liar or a Paul Pig or something like that, anything that has a strapping that's going to need some sort of support up here and you can't just stuff it with a bag, I will use a foam head for these. A lot of people wrap them in trash bags or plastic or something like that, but I just don't think it's necessary because, like I said, personally I've never noticed any issues with latex, but I would not recommend vinyl. A lot of people have trouble finding these. I know that Walmart sells this exact kind. It's a little bit cheaper and the foam tends to break, so if you've got like some sort of heavy duty thing where you're constantly going to have to be removing like a tight fitting mask, this might actually break apart, but for the most part it is just a foam head, so it's like $3 or $4. They also sell them at beauty supply stores. We have a beauty supply chain here in town called Sally's. They only sell female heads, but they sell them for $5, so I've been known to go in there from time to time and grab a couple when I need them. Hobby Lobby, Michael's, pretty much any sort of craft store will have these, and they're typically all right around the same price range. The ones at Hobby Lobby are a lot nicer than the Walmart ones, so I think that they're marked up. They're around $7 or $8, and I do prefer those over any other type of foam head because it's just quality and they never really have dents or dings or chunks taken out of it. A lot of times at Walmart you'll notice that they've been abused and kind of beat up. So that's it for foam heads. Now moving on to my personal favorite. I do this more than anything because it's pretty much free and you can display the majority of your masks this way. I have a water bottle here that I filled up almost halfway, a little under halfway. We have a mask and we have some plastic bags. You guys should be able to figure out where I'm going with this, but just in case you're not, you put the bags inside the mask and then you set the mask on the water bottle. Wow, nifty. This is how the majority of my full head masks are displayed because I already drink water, so I have the water bottles laying around, and every time I go to the store I just grab extra bags and keep them put up, and then I stuff my masks with them, and it looks just fine. It's a nice way to keep their shape without overstretching them. You don't have to worry about buying a styrofoam head. You just have everything that you have and it's good to go. So that is what I do most of the time. If you do not want a weird water bottle showing at the bottom, let's say you can't really disguise that, oldest trick in the book right here. A Pringles can that I have spray painted and the base looks black. You would never know that that's a Pringles can, and just stuff the mask on there and it looks like a legitimate mask stand. You can paint it whatever color you want, and it just tends to work really well. And once again, super cheap, and you get Pringles, so that's cool. Now, last but not least is going to be your least cost-effective way, and that is using an actual mask stand. This one is massive because it's a prototype that a friend of mine was working on, but they do make these in all shapes and sizes. They do look really well, not so great for space, but you can do a bunch of different stuff like custom plaques or bases or anything like that. Once again, any color that you want, and you just set the mask on there, and you have a mask stand displayed. Like I said, this one's really tall, and it could work for certain masks. Like, I used to keep my stage used ghoul hood on this because it draped all the way over and it looked fine. But yeah, I'm not super crazy about mask stands. I just don't like the fact that they don't save space and they're expensive, and I don't know, just not crazy about them. So those are my mask stand ideas. That's pretty much all I've got for you. There are other different ways to display certain masks, like Caesars. Typically when I do like Caesar blank mask displays, whether it be for like Buckethead or Joey Jordison or something like that. I just hang them on the wall. I put 2 tacks in where the string is going to hang over them and create the mask flat on the wall. That's pretty much the only other thing that I can think of. So if you guys have any ideas or suggestions or anything that I may have missed, let me know down in the comments. Maybe you'll help somebody out as well. But I think that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that it helped you out. We'll see you later.